Hello, everyone. I hope you guys are doing well. I'm going to share this information with my groups, how I usually share my information. Give me 1 second. And so I want to bring you some very valuable information. And it's actually a word from the Lord today. So I'm waiting for some of you to come in. I hope all of you guys are doing well so you can get in line with this information. I usually don't ask people to share my videos, but this one is going to be very important. So please share the video on this information. And what this video is about, top 10, Thank you so much for joining me, Jamel. Thank you so much. Top 10 secrets on how to get more credit approvals. And what I want to tell the people, my word for today, your trouble need to have an expiration date. And this is tying into these top 10 secrets, because usually people follow me for some reason, just credit repair. I always try to tell y'all how to build wealth. That my whole thing is coaching. Really, it's like a life coach, to be honest. I have certain people ask me various questions, book consultations, even with their business and the right way to go. But I think because some people, a big need is credit, they always tend to pivot to credit. And why I say that your troubles need an expiration date, as the Bible said, this too shall pass. But if your too has never passed, that in the Clinton era you ain't getting money, the Obama era and you wasn't getting money, the Bush era you wasn't getting money, the Trump era you still ain't getting money, something is going on there. I have people that tell me, I've been following you since 2015 and my credit got up and now it's back down. So the problem there is you didn't have an expiration date on your troubles. You got to have a bad situation, need to have an expiration date, like milk. You should not always be in the struggle. And then I have some people that have hit me up. Some of the content I put out, if you have missed it, you need to subscribe to my YouTube channel, because what I am doing now is putting more content on credit building, because a lot of people don't understand. It's not always about disputing. You're going to have to learn, in order to have good credit, how to manage credit cards. Credit cards is the driver of your credit score. You need at minimum 6 credit cards. So you'll talk to people that, well, I got good credit because I ain't got no credit cards. Your credit is in the dumps if you don't have no credit cards. You have to have a credit card, because banks make money off of interest. So when I talk, and I put the links to this video about the top 10 secrets, it's going in depth with the credit system. I had one gentleman hit me up in my inbox, because when I was telling people on how to receive pre-approvals, telling you have to learn how to register with certain systems in order to get in the approval. You got so many people that take one piece of information and hard body. Just, what do you mean? You saying that we should work with the enemy? First of all, you need to be like Neo. You need to know how to plug into the matrix and come out. Everybody story ain't jacked up credit. There are some people that in my group ain't never had bad credit. My daddy never ever, in all his 60 close to 70 years, never had bad credit. Because your struggle, don't project your struggle on everybody else. That's not everybody's story. That might be your story, but that's not everybody else's story. This is why we try to put together a community. And one thing I have learned, a lot of y'all trouble don't have an expiration date because you never made a plan. Let me break it down. doing nothing is a strategy. And I'm going to go deeper into that. You do understand, if you've been following me for 5 years, that as time go by, even if you got negative stuff, in 7 it fall off. So if your credit haven't improved, you haven't been applying the information you got. Or you've been having or sitting around too many people with negative and bad credit. Bad credit beseeps bad credit, baby. Poverty is a mindset. Apostle Paul said, corrupt conversation distort good habits. That's why I say my credit community, because we're trying to give you a different conversation that if you wasn't born in a family that unfortunately nobody knew how to manage credit, you know nothing about that. And you born in a community that everybody around you, family members struggling, how you going to get out of struggle? That's why you're going to see me talking more about how to build. Because let me tell you something. One thing I'm learning, talking too long to certain people with a struggle, I'll put me in a struggle. There is information I got to listen to that's beyond me. If you're the smartest person in your circle, you got to change up circles. How do you think I get this information? Because I'm not sitting there talking to people that's on my same level, or just not searching for people in different realms that have different knowledge. If you sit there and talk about struggle with people all the time, I guarantee you're going to have struggle. I need to get some of y'all, because I've been talking about struggle for 5 years, that all you see is struggle. Baby, this is a word for you today. You're going to come out in the name of Jesus out of that struggle, because you're about to get some knowledge, and I'm about to put the battery on your back to apply it, because struggle ain't coming my way. You will get what you talk about. Your words are very powerful, and some of y'all got to change your sight. All you see yourself is in the struggle. You need to learn how to see people doing it. You need to hear people talking about they doing it and they got large credit lines. Because if you don't know what's out there, you don't think you can achieve it. You need to talk to people that's in my credit community that started in January. We did the credit kickoff, did it in August. And many people in 4 months went from a 650 credit score. We got a man in the group, 800. I ain't going to put his business in the street. Started his own business because he took it and ran. We got another lady. She was in like 650, and she'll testify. I won't put her out there, but she'll say, I'm at 740. They've been done. So we're not going to slow down the class for other people, because now they at a different realm. They are moving on. Now, one of them independently, he's moving and shaking, and he's doing his own thing. He brings back information because now he is seeing things a different way, and that makes more allies in our community because they bring back information. And his sights is on something different because he came in contact that what to do, and then he starts searching it out himself. This is how you build a community and make the community stronger. So you should not always want to struggle. I'll tell you right here and right now. This conversation came up with my daughter. I told her, I don't care if I'm with somebody. They struggle going to have an expiration date. Don't think I'm going to sit up in here and just struggle all the time, because it needs to be a plan put in place. If you owe 40 G's and you're in debt, then you need to start building a plan that at least if I can generate $200 additional a month, that's $2,400 in a year. And I throw that at that debt. Double down, if I get 400, that's 4,800 in a year, and that's going to the debt. Because, baby, your struggle need to have an expiration date. So what does that mean for you in credit? If your credit's still bad and you've been rocking with me from the beginning of the year to now, you need to decide in your mind, do your struggle have an expiration date? Don't just stand on the wall. As Marvin Gaye said, I used to go to the parties and just stand on the wall. Okay? No more standing on the wall. Maybe you want to get on the dance floor. Maybe you want to be able to go into a place and say approve instead of denied and not knowing why. You need to understand how the system works. And going back to LexisNexis, for those who don't know, you do know LexisNexis can be your friend, and it's there for a reason. And I want you to watch the video because I'm going to break all of this down. SageStream, you got to get to a point where you unfreeze that stuff. You got like people overdo stuff. They because you in the struggle. Not the rest of us ain't struggling, boo. That's not everybody's struggle. I had a gentleman that hit me up and he said, "Thank you for the group." I didn't even have a credit score barely. Now I'm at a 650 credit score within a couple months, and I need to know how to build on. So everybody not staying there. You know what I'm saying? Not everybody going to be in the struggle and got a struggle mindset. And that's just, some people ain't they stories anyway. They ain't never had bad credit. So they want to have different ideas on how to move on. So what I'm trying to do is give you information and teach deeper things on the top 10 secrets, on things that you need to learn. And so I'm putting the video out. It has already been put on my YouTube. And I am not doing this style. I have took time to do PowerPoints because different people have different styles of learning. That's why I have my books. That's why if you need a one-on-one credit analyzation to see the quickest way, that's why we have letter packages. You're going to get whatever you need to get right. But now in this season, we're going to learn how to build credit. And hopefully from building credit, we're going to talk about now on leveraging those credit lines now to invest. Let's not be broke all our life. Rest of us is trying to invest in things because most of us or a lot of people, because I'm not going to say me, got into a problem because they didn't have a number of streams of income. You know, and when I said my father never had credit troubles, I was always taught, born into multiple streams of income with my parents. Multiple streams. You don't have one stream of income. That's just never been my upbringing. So when I was 21, I had a decent job, leveraged that, got real estate, then got another piece. And I teach my daughters the same thing. We don't deal with one stream of income. You have to learn when that job give out, you don't have no income. And you done maxed out your credit. I always tell you, you never buy anything on that credit card that you don't have 3 times as much in the bank to pay for. Because many people just believe I use credit cards to buy things I can't afford. I don't have the money for. And that's a recipe for disaster. Understand credit is nothing but an algorithm. That's why I call it the matrix. It's an algorithm. It is not a person sitting behind there like the Wizard of Oz, a man behind I'm the great, terrible Oz. No, it's a computer algorithm. And what I've been teaching you is credit factors and how to beat the algorithm. They're looking for a particular behavior. And if you fail to learn and don't know how to move and how to make yourself look like the behavior you looking for, you ain't gonna go nowhere. Credit can be powerful if you know how to use it. As they said, it's golden handcuffs. As I say, the borrower is slave to the lender, but you can put that to work for you. You got to leverage your borrowing, turn it around. I'm getting access to cheaper interest rates. Boom. How do I make that work for me? I'm not working. I'm not actively working. I'm learning how to invest that, leverage that, keep the money in the bank. So if anything go left, I can pay this off anytime. But I have my money here where I can just leverage the credit and make it work for me. And I know that concept is very new to a lot of people. That's why I'm going to preach it to the cows come home. And then you'll understand now, once I do that, I'm moving differently on my taxes. What I go to work for, they taking that from the door. But what I earn here in my business, I get deductions. I tell them what I pay them, including with my job. I get that back. So it's levels to this. It's levels to the credit card game. It's just not negative items. Newsflash, negative items being removed off your credit score is not what's going to get you primarily a higher credit score. Because it's not only that. That's how people get their money. So they lie to you. If that is the case, when you 18 and you have no credit, what do you have to dispute off? If that's what it's all about, you got to build something. You got to build something. Boop, boop, boop. What? Really? Yeah. What do they have to dispute off? Why they ain't got no credit? Why is no credit as equally as bad credit? Because wake up, it's an algorithm. They need data. You just got to figure out what data should I be giving them. It's called about data points. This the deeper part of the game. This ain't play. This ain't play. This ain't elementary summer league. We going to NBA status. Okay? We read in the court. We reading the court. We changing up plays. We calling. It's a difference. Okay? Ain't nobody just throwing up threes like the Rockets and think we gonna win. No, defense win games too. That's important also in order to get the rank. All right, so you just not just disputing stuff off. And some of y'all haven't learned enough. It's some things that doing nothing. I'm gonna make a video about that maybe on money. Doing nothing is a strategy, and I'm gonna give you the deep. Some of y'all don't know when not to do nothing. When not to do nothing, because you done got misinformation for credit repair to tell you need to take all of that off. That's why a lot of y'all doing credit suites, and to your surprise, your score done dropped. It was already bad, but now it dropped another 100 points. The mystery of doing nothing being a strategy. So all I gotta say is deeper than all of that. It's deeper than I just freeze LexisNexis. And why are you working with the enemy? I said, this is ignorance gone to seed right here. All this person knows is struggle. All you know is the struggle. Because some of us don't need to do that. We trying to work with them. We trying to just feed them what they need. Because, if they can't verify you, they denying you. Boop, boop. Boop, boop. Some of you don't understand the difference. Sometimes if you want to dispute negative information, you don't want them to have the information, but there is times you got to work. You need to flow with the current and not against the current. Boop, boop. So watch the top 10 secrets on how to get more credit card approvals. Because if you're really trying to build your credit, you need to understand this. And then later on, hopefully I'll do a live. I don't know. I might just do the Zoom, put it up on showing you other ways of getting credit cards or getting trade lines to add to build your credit score. Because this is a marathon and not a race. There are tiers to the credit system. A lot of y'all, why you keep getting denied? Because you don't have enough knowledge. There's people, I pulled the trigger and I ain't know if I was going to get it or not. When I pull the trigger, it better be guaranteed I get it. That's the difference. It's about guaranteed. I fit in this because you ain't doing enough research. You ain't doing enough research. You got to know when to hold them and know when to fold them, baby. That's what Willie Nelson, I believe, said. You got to know. You got to know when to ease back. The problem is most people who got bad credit, the real problem and what the system pick up on, you're impulsive and you have no strategy. That's how they can smell you from a mile away. They see what's on your profile. It's a picture of your life. What have you applied for? What have you invested in? Understand, a lot of these people telling you do credit sweep everything out. LexisNexis, block out. You know what LexisNexis is there? To stop this foolish CPN. How do you think you take a number and just out the blue and you throw a trade line on it for 6 months old, but your age is 47? and you only got a 6-month credit history. The system know you a fraud. That's what LexisNexis is there for. To know who's a fraud and who not. If you at a certain age, boo, you got enough data. It's called data. It's called data. They know who. I tried to tell you, my daughter had 24 pages. She's 23. This is why they do that. They know when people are frauding. Boop, boop. You got to know when they shut it on and shut it back off. Neo needs to know how to detach from the matrix and when to come back in and speak to the oracle. You have to understand that. But see, y'all don't know how to move in and out. This is why you get in the gyms. Now, this is what people with me one-on-one, this what you getting. You getting game. See, oh, whoa. Yeah, these are the deeper things. This ain't the A, B, C, E, F, G. I get tired of that. I get tired of people. I got a collection. Should I dispute with the bureaus? How many? I done did 5 years on what you need to do, but I get the same question over and over. And I tell you, ain't nothing to pay attention. I done wrote books. I did courses on how to get that off. I gave you everything you need. Letters for you. I done gave you everything you knew right on my website. Right on my YouTube channel. Plenty of people, plenty of information. But this right here is a whole nother game. This a whole different, this those that's trying to get in the NBA. Because you need to know how to dress up your credit profile. That's what you don't know. You need to know what Massa really looking for in a good slave and pretend to be that. That's what you gotta know. But people invest their time in fashion and all this other foolishness and not investing their time in how to move in the credit system. Don't you know it's a certain thing that Massa looking for to get that big? Because Massa need to get the money out. Because Massa don't grow the cotton. He don't pick the cotton. Massa have overseers. Massa has slaves that pick. Massa just invest. And that's how Massa stay in the big house. In the white big house. And that's how he keeps Scarlett O'Hara with the hats. And said, and she just hadn't did nothing. I just depend on the kindness of strangers. While you out there picking the chiffero as a slave. And then you have overseers. And then now some overseers turn into masters. And this is the game. This is how the 1% and their children in politics, all of it is tied into the matrix. Politics, stay in control. This is why they don't teach their kids to get a job. Look at Trump. Look at Hunter Biden. Look at all them. Did they have a job? No. Hillary Clinton. Did Chelsea ever have a job? Or did they have businesses? See, this is what they teach their kids. This is why schools purposely don't teach you about credit. Because the Rockefeller started that system, and that's why it looks like a factory. Bells, when to go to work, when to come in, when to start. It was designed by the wealthy to make slaves. Boop, boop. That's deep. I know that's too deep. But if you can ever get there to the level of understanding, as Shakespeare said, all the world is a stage. It's all smoke and mirrors. But too many people are too distracted. And they don't care to learn the game. They don't care to understand you working to keep them rich. Then when I talk about the money system and the currency, oh my God, that's just, they don't understand. Some of us, we just little overseers. And we trying to get from there. We little overseers. The overseer ain't that much better than the slave. They just riding on the horse. They might not be physically picking the chiffero. They just riding the horse because they know in order to get their money from Massa, they have to go ahead and get that. That's all. They know they got to get Massa money. So that's us little overseers. We on a horse. We might not be working hard, but yet and still we indebted to massa too. So we trying to be massa. That's all. So that is the credit system. You need to go from picking shifero, picking cotton in the hot sun and singing old Negro spirituals like when we all get to heaven. No, baby. You got to do more than that. You can get up out of that now. Then you want to get on the horse, maybe overseeing a property, letting somebody else pick the cotton and give you the bale of cotton. But that bale of cotton got to go massa. And one part, you might can hustle a little cotton off of that. Yeah, that's how it works. That's how it works. Until finally, you wise enough to not ride on the horse, leverage the little cotton you get off from managing. The other slaves that's just stuck in the system ain't seeing to go nowhere. And you build on it. And that is the credit system. So you choose, and what say you? Do your struggle have an expiration date? I know mine do. So you need a plan in place. Don't sit here and watch me for another 5 to 10 years and then call me up 10 years later and say, I'm ready now. I done watched you for 10 years and now I'm ready. Baby, come on, make a decision today. I'm about to be out of here. As the young folks say, next summer is my summer. Yeah, look, declare the summer. Decree and declare that next summer you're going to be in a better condition, because it don't take long if you know how to move. It don't take long, because time itself in the credit system do increase your credit score. Long as you know when not to do nothing. Doing nothing is a strategy. You got to know when to hold them and know when to fold them. Sometimes y'all got to know about credit gardening. You got to learn how to chill. That's why y'all got so many inquiries denied. You don't know how to chill. You're moving too fast. If you move too fast, guarantee constantly, if you speeding on the highway all the time and that's your vibe, speeding, you're going to crash one day. You got to slow it down. And you got to look at things. Stop at the stoplight. Watch the traffic. Defensive driving. All of that has its place. So this is what the top 10 credit secrets is going to teach you. You got to know how to move through the matrix. And we're going to get beyond, I just got to freeze my legs and axes. And how I come. And I'm like, how we get... Is there a time you want to ever plan to unfreeze it? You want to unfreeze it? Or you going to have no credit for the rest of your life? What say you? Like, what's the point then? What's the point of removing negative items if you don't never want to get funded? You just might as well just do nothing and let it fall off in 7 years. Good question. Then what's the point? Oh, you think you're going to keep it freeze forever? That's the strategy? You want to keep, then you're going to keep getting denied. Sage Stream, you want to freeze that forever? You know that gets you denied? We dealing with an algorithm. The algorithm don't care. The algorithm don't care. All they said, oh, black, this is weird, denied. That's frozen, weird, denied. Denied. Won't be rocking with you. It's weird. Because normally, everybody else I have access to. Did that ever hit you? Your brain? Your thought? The agents are in the matrix for a reason. To monitor it. They move in and out. They're running in the background. Agent Smith, he's part of the system. A necessary part of the system to keep it in order. Never thought about that. Too much of the same information. You got to know when to hold them, know when to fold them. You got to know the secrets on how to get an approve. Go check out the video. I know this seems random. It's like organized chaos. sometime when I talk about this, because people don't pull it together, but I'm opening your mind. So when I break down the information, and that's where I do in the teaching, you gonna be like, boom. And I put this out 4 o'clock in the morning. I was working on it all night. Had people who watched that and said, man, this was on another level, because there are levels to the game. That's why you got coaches, you got Belichick, and you got Brady. You know, I know he's changed. I'm not a football fan, but yet and still, you have coaches and you got players. There is a difference. You got Phil Jackson, you had Joey. You had Kobe, you had Phil too. There is different people. Mark Jackson, don't let them play you. You know, you put the Splash Brothers together. There are coaches. There are people that see talent. People that place talent in their places to put up a winning strategy. That be I. And that's all I got to say. If you need that level of coaching, understand, watch that, and you'll understand where you are, and you might understand your profile a little better and how you need to take steps in your realm to get more approval. So I hope this is helpful. If you need more information, go check out the video. Subscribe to the channel, because I'm going to be putting more information. If you want to see the last few videos to get more information, why you have to come to a point to register with certain systems where you can be found. So the system, the algorithm don't say, this is weird, denied. Figure it out. Whole nother level. So you got to build. You got to build. So learn how to build credit. It's going to be an important part, because you got to get to 6 revolving lines of credit, managing it in order to get more credit approvals and not to be a risky credit file. So I hope this is informational. Be blessed, everyone. Bye-bye.